I went hiking in the northern woods of Maine because I needed to be alone, to get away from the noise of work, my phone, the people constantly asking if I was okay after my brother disappeared last year on the same trail. No body, no gear, just gone. Maybe it was a mistake to come back, but part of me believed if I walked where he walked, I'd find a clue, something to fill the hole he left behind. So I parked where he did, left at sunrise, and followed the same overgrown trailhead past the Ranger's warning sign that read, "Do not enter after dusk." Though no one could tell me why it was there, only that people got lost easily in this part of the forest, which stretched endlessly north like it was swallowing the land with moss and pine. By noon, I passed the riverbend he mentioned in his journal, the last thing we found in his apartment, and I should have stopped there, but I kept going deeper until the birds stopped making noise and I could hear my own heartbeat. That's when I saw the first stone, tall, thin, jagged, sticking out of the earth like a broken tooth, with strange symbols carved in spirals along its surface, symbols that made my stomach turn when I stared at them too long. And when I tried to photograph it, my phone crashed. The screen turned black and pulsed like it was breathing. I turned around and the trail was gone, not overgrown. I spun in every direction and saw nothing but endless trees, all identical, all still, like the woods had swallowed me whole. I tried to retrace my steps, but every direction led me back to the stone. Every single time. On the fourth loop, I saw something new, another stone smaller, with a handprint pressed into the moss, and the handprint looked like mine. The air grew colder. The sun didn't move. No matter how long I walked, it stayed just above the trees, frozen in late afternoon. I camped out by the stone and told myself I'd find my way back in the morning. I didn't. On the second day, I heard whispers at night, too soft to understand, but not random, rhythmic, chanted. And when I awoke, there were more stones, 5, then 7, then 13, circling my tent like they'd grown from the ground while I slept. Each one had a handprint. On the third night, I dreamed of my brother only. He was naked, covered in dirt, his eyes rolled white, mouth sewn shut with thorns, and he stood behind one of the stones, mouthing something over and over, while the forest around him pulsed like a heartbeat. I woke to find my tent ripped open and my shoes missing. Barefoot, I ran until my feet bled, but I still ended up back at the stones. They had closed the circle, and in the center was a pit. I didn't dig it. It hadn't been there before, but it was waiting for me, square and deep and perfectly carved. And when I leaned over to look, I saw something move inside, something tall, watching, breathing, and it knew my name. I ran, again, but every path led back to the pit. I screamed until my throat cracked. I tried burning one of the stones, but the fire wouldn't catch. The matches fizzled out, the lighter died. I threw rocks at the trees, and they bounced back in unnatural ways, like the forest refused to be touched. On the fifth night, I gave up and slept beside the pit, hoping I'd just disappear like he did, and I did, but not in the way I expected. I woke up inside the pit. I didn't remember climbing in. There were handprints all along the walls, hundreds of them, all identical to mine, carved, embedded, some wet, some dry, some twitching. When I tried to climb out, the dirt crumbled like ash. Then I heard the chanting again, this time louder. All around me, the trees moved not in the wind, but like ribs closing around a heart. The sky pulsed red, and from the edge of the pit, I saw my brother, or what was left of him. Pale, tall, stretched, unnaturally thin, eyes black and gleaming, mouth torn open in a permanent scream. He held out his hand, and when I touched it, I felt my bones burn. I saw everything: the ritual, the curse, the forest god that demanded memory, demanded identity, demanded to replace the ones who walked too far. I wasn't being taken, I was being overwritten, slowly, over days. Every time I blinked, I remembered less of who I was and more of who it wanted me to be. I'm writing this in blood on bark, because paper doesn't exist here anymore. Nothing man-made does. If you find this, don't try to help me. Don't follow the stones. Don't listen to the voices. And if you see the handprint that looks like yours, run before it remembers you, too.